All right, and we're live. Let's do that again. I started with an intro, but realized I didn't hit the live button. So apologies, but hey, if you're joining live, thank you for tuning in. If you're seeing this on a recording, I want to say thanks as well. And I've got three things I want to do today. Today's a very special date. It is Tuesday or Wednesday, March 8th, and it's 1 year, my big 1 year anniversary from my book launch last year. School of Grit came out, and it was a bestseller. And just I wouldn't be here today doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for the love and support and just people offering up help along the way. So I want to take time to do three things today. One, I want to give thanks. I want to give thanks to those folks and actually have copy of my book right here, and I'm going to be going through the last section of the book. If you've seen it, in there I have a acknowledgement section in which I try to capture, everyone that's helped me out along the way. I'm sure I left some folks out. That's not by design. So I actually had someone, John Burton, if you're out there, he called me out on it, and I got him put back in the book. So if you do find that you're not listed, let me know. I'll buy you a drink. I'll get you put in the book. I have those editing privileges. So I want to give thanks. And I want to talk about where we are, and I want to talk about where we're going. So without further ado, let's start this off. So I do get asked a lot what the hardest part about writing a book is, and I have a three-part answer that I outline here. And the first is just the worst thing that you can do is start doubting yourself. It is a long process, and the fear wolf's going to creep up, and you're going to start doubting yourself whether what you're doing is going to mean anything, if anybody actually would take the time to actually read it. And let me tell you from firsthand experience, if you're thinking about doing a book, do it. The outpouring that I've received over the last year has been amazing. Hearing from complete random strangers, the impact I've had on their life has just been incredible. And that's really the reason I did it. Wasn't to sell a lot of books, make millions of bucks. It was just to affect people and have a better impact on people and help them out. So mission accomplished in that regard. The second thing with writing a book is that there's no such thing as a perfect book. I go back and look at the stuff I wrote literally years ago, and I'm like, I don't know if I really think that way anymore. Maybe I'd change that sentence around. And the fact of the matter is, an 80% good enough book published is better than a 100% perfect book that never sees the light of day. So I do believe that 100%. And finally, the third thing with this is I just want to tell you that my biggest fear was forgetting to recognize people who I may have left out along the way. And this is the way I'm going to go about it. So here we go. Going through my acknowledgments book. First, to my wife, thank you so much for just helping me out. You are my rock, and we're a lot of times we're opposites. It's pretty funny because I'm very outgoing. If I'm at a party or something, I have no problem striking up a conversation. She's definitely more introverted, but she keeps me grounded, and she's a lot smarter than me. So just want to say shout out to my wife. Thanks for everything you've done. It means a lot, and super excited about what our future holds together. Also want to say thanks to my kids, Hallie and Brody. Hallie's 12, Brody's 9. I think they're out of school right now, getting ready to go to sports, but they're a big reason of why I do the things I do. And I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have written this book without them. So thanks if you guys are watching. To my mom and dad, thank you so much for just all the support, love and support over the years. I'm very fortunate to have been raised in a great household where family meant a lot, and try to instill those gifts every single day in my own family. To my two brothers, Ryan and Jeff, and then my sister Jenna. Thanks for being awesome siblings. We may have had our own fights and stuff growing up, but I think that's pretty human. And that stuff happens, so no big deal. We move on, but it's been fun to see you all grow up and go on to have your own families and live your own lives. And don't be afraid to go after the things you want in life, is what I'd tell you. To my grandparents, hey, I unfortunately don't have any grandparents living, and but my grandparents meant a lot when I was growing up, and I know one day I'll see you guys all up there in heaven. But just wanted to say thank you so much for all your support. I got a lot of in-laws. Can't name them all. All my aunts, uncles, cousins. relatives. Just want to say thank you. You've all been tremendous influences in my life. To my bros, JB, Harv, Will, Johnny, you guys know who you are. Really appreciate our friendship through the years. I don't have a lot of friends. It's kind of like that movie Tombstone, where Doc Holliday is talking with Wyatt Earp and Cactus Jack, and there's a moment in there where Cactus Jack asks Doc Holliday why he's doing what he's doing with Wyatt Earp, and he's on his deathbed. He could barely ride a horse, and he said, "Well, Wyatt Earp's my friend." And Cactus Jack says, "Well, hell, I got a lot of friends." And Doc Holliday famously replies, "Yeah, well, I don't." And that's kind of how I feel when it comes to true friends that are going to be with you through thick or thin. And I just know that JB, Harv, Will, and Johnny, you guys are those guys, and we'll pick up right where we left off whenever I see you guys again. Larry Hagner, I want to say a special shout out to him. He was instrumental in my life. He founded the Dad's Edge Alliance, has a really cool podcast you should check out. But he kind of gave me my start into coaching and all that good stuff. I've known Larry for a lot of years, and he's been super influential and runs just a tremendous tribe. And I appreciate him and just appreciate the opportunity he gave me to kind of get my start there. Within the DEA, there's my Fight Club, which was a group that I used to run. We used to meet every Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, live on Zoom, and did that for many years. I think it was 5 years total. And so many guys came and so many went, and there's just so many people I could thank. But if you were a part of Fight Club, you know who you are, and thank you so much for being a part of that group. We got the School of Grit tribe, which originally it's grown, and I'll get to that, which is amazing. But our original members, our founding fathers, is what I call them. Earl Murphy, Scott Reeder, John Forsberg, Will Lowry, Ross Russino, Mark Pearson, Chris Edgar. Thank you guys, man, because you took a chance on me when all I had was an idea about what I was wanting to do with School of Grit. And just want to say thank you so much for showing courage. And I learned so much from you guys and continue to each and every day. Tuan Nguyen, if you're out there, man, you're definitely one of my mentors. Look up to you, buddy. Hope you're doing great. I know we're due to chat here very, very soon, but Tuan's just an amazing human. He's got a heart of gold and just an outstanding dude. Javier Mesa. So I think he's traveling. He's in Texas right now, but he's my OG swim buddy, my partner in crime, my right hand man when it comes to School of Grit and coaching. And just want to say, thanks, brother, for always being there. Thank you to what you do, not only with me but also as a friend and your family with Suzanne, your kids there. So Mark Devine. He is a mentor of mine, always will be. Founder of Unbeatable Mind, founder of Seal Fit. Instrumental in where I am today. So thank you, Mark, for your servant leadership. To my Unbeatable Mind family, I want to thank you so much. Team Waya, if you're out there, man, it's been a while since I said that name, but Cole Burschbach, Javier, Hody, Joe, Judy, Richard, David, and Joe, y'all are special people in my life. I'll never forget the year we spent together training. It was just amazing. Mentor program Alpha with inside of Unbeatable Mind. Want to say thanks to all you. Coach Richard headed up that group, but Luke, Colgan, Scott, Matt, Craig, Brett, Mel, Greg, Alex, Matt Hawk, Steve, Bert, Karen, and Heather Perillo. I think I got everybody. Man, iron sharpens iron, and you guys were tremendous. Learned a lot in that group, and just want to say thank you very much. To the Bravehearts, they were the first Unbeatable Mind boat crew I ever coached for a solid year. Y'all are amazing. We just had our 1 year anniversary and met up in December, so it was great to hear where you all have been and where you're going. And I look forward to having another conversation a year from now to see what y'all have been up to. You know who you are if you're part of that group. Coaches Jim Bro, Rob Ord, Richard Thompson, y'all are amazing. And Coach Mel, sorry, I want to throw Coach Mel in there too. Y'all are amazing and have been tremendous influences and mentors in my life. So thank you very much for everything you do. To the SEAL Fit cadre, past and present, the events y'all put on with Kokoro Camp, with 20X, all that stuff, they are some of the most challenging, but definitely the most transformative, I believe, camp you could probably attend in the world. So, if you're looking to find out what you're made of and looking to make a change, I strongly encourage you to check out Seal Fit's events, and more on that in a little bit. All right, Amber Vilhauer and the crew at NGNG. There's so many of you, from Alexis to Caitlin to Haley to Kat. I know I'm missing a few others, but thank you so much. You were my book launch team. You designed the website. Everything looks just absolutely amazing. Wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing today if it weren't for you. Heck, you even got me on StreamYard and got me to adopt the use of video, which I now love doing. So thank you very much. Ashley Bunting uh, over at Merak Publishing, amazing person to work with. If you're in the market for a publisher, I encourage you to check out Merak, and specifically Ashley. Ashley was a joy to work with. There wasn't a day that went by that I didn't know where I was from a timeline schedule. And let me tell you, when you're writing a book, that's a huge, huge deal. And she kept me comfortable, always let me know what I needed to be doing, let me know what I needed to do and when I needed to be doing that. And for that, I'll always appreciate you. And by the way, that plant you bought me a year ago, it's still alive. I can't believe it, because usually I kill every plant that I get. But for some reason, this one has lived, and you got to be the reason why. So thank you very much. Um, Brad McLeod at Seal Grinder PT, thank you so much for your mentorship. Thank you for your training, your programming. You're a big reason of why I was able to get through Kokoro Camp. Angela Duckworth, you inspired the heck out of me. You actually delivered a TED Talk that changed my life on grit, and I watched it. And because of you, I actually wrote my own book on grit. So thank you very much for your servant leadership. The folks at Heroic Public Speaking, Michael and Amy Port, y'all put on a great 2-day experience with your core program. And Lambertville, New Jersey is a cute little place. Hopefully y'all have recovered. I know you got some major flooding there a couple years ago, but if you're looking to shore up your game in public speaking, I encourage you to check out Heroic Public Speaking. Almost done here. We got Simon Sinek. Thank you for writing the book, Starting with Why. Hal Elrod, thank you for writing The Miracle Morning. Seth Godin, love your works, love your blogs, love your books as well. Pete Blaber probably wrote the best book on leadership I've ever read, The Mission, the Men, and Me. Jocko Willink, thanks for putting out great content. And you're right, discipline really does equal freedom. So it's not motivation. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're inspiring the heck out of me, and I know several other people. David Goggins probably wrote my favorite book of 2018. Thanks for telling your unbelievable story and just all the adversity you went through. Very, very inspiring. I got to tell you, anytime I'm going through something tough, especially if it's physical related, I put on your audiobook, man. It's one of the best audiobooks I've ever listened to. Um, Two more people to thank. So Coe's Martial Arts Academy. I didn't find Coe's until about 3 years ago. Outstanding place to train. It's one of my great honors in life, is to be able to train with my kids. And since we've joined, Brody and I have gotten our black belt. My daughter Hallie is going to be getting her black belt here in a few months. But it's not just about that. It's about it's about the family that we made there, and just making a tremendous impact on people's lives. So it's really an honor to get to train at Coe's Martial Arts Academy. And then finally, to all the people, you know who you are, that helped me write chapter 10. It could always be worse. That part was about my cousin Krista and her her battle with cancer. And special shout out to like Angie Cowan, Matt Ritter, my aunt and uncle, Barb and Tony, and Jim Bugenhagen as well. So thank you guys for allowing me to write that chapter. And thank you to the folks at Chelsea Piers for what you did for my cousin Krista, David Tewksbury, Suzanne McGoldrick, Debbie Gleicher, Angie again, Jim, and Roland Betts. So that was a mouthful. That was about 12 minutes of some thank yous. So now that I've got that part covered, the giving thanks, I want to talk about where we are. Where are we with School of Grit? So 1 year from the book launch, I got a list of stuff that we accomplished, and it's because of you guys out there right now. It's because of your help, and I was happy to say that I was actually a bestseller on exactly 1 year ago today. I got beat out by 2 books, if you could believe it. I bet you can't guess what they are, but they were the Kama Sutra and the Carnivore Diet. So when you get beat out by sex and meat, that must be saying something. I'll just leave it at that. There's probably a joke in there somewhere, and I'm sure someone's gonna ping me with it. But not a bad couple books to lose out the top spot for. But I was a number one new release in extreme sports, men's health, business health and stress, sports psychology, and work life balance in business, which was really cool. And it's gone on to get. We've almost got 50 ratings inside of Amazon. So thank you to those folks out there who have left reviews. You know, reviews are huge, and I appreciate honest feedback. You know, if you didn't like it, it's all good. But please post that up. But if you did like it and it inspired you, please let us know. It's not just for me; it could help change someone else's life who might be looking at it. So thank you very much to those folks who have left reviews. Um, Courtney Brown, she's my executive assistant, but she's much more than an assistant. She's part of the team. So I wanted to say thank you because a lot of this wouldn't be possible without you. And there's just so much you do, and just really appreciate your leadership and everything it is you do. And so where are we? Where are we at School of Grit? So yes, the book's still going strong, and I'm doing some speaking, which has been a lot of fun. So I really enjoy speaking when I can do it, when it fits my schedule. But where are we going is actually the School of Grit tribe. So I call it the tribe, and it's grown. So we had an original 5 founding members. We're up to almost 18, I think, people. But it's not really about the quantity; it's the quality, man, of the conversations we're having, the impact we're having amongst each other. And it's so cool just to see people from all over the country get together. And we might have different backgrounds and whatever, but um, the feeling is the same, the foundation is the same. We all are there to level each other up and help each other out, and the calls are just amazing. And I want to continue pushing the tribe and growing, and especially like to grow within the local community. So if you live in my backyard, if you're from the Center Grove area, give me a shout out. Let's meet up. We'll meet for coffee or something. We'll see if the tribe is right for you, and we'll just leave it at that. And where are we going? That's the last piece of this. So I've run through a lot of the thanks. I've brought you up to speed with kind of where we are with growing the tribe. That's the main focus. Where are we going? So the next iteration is going to be live training, similar to what I'm doing right now. This is live, but we're talking about live, in-person, immersive training. I've got some things going on in the works that I don't want to reveal quite yet because nothing is signed, sealed, and delivered. I've already told some of the folks on the inside who are in the tribe about what's going on, but it looks like we're going to be having our first live training in September. Might be over September 23rd or September 30th. The idea is I want to make the book come alive. I want people to come together, and I want them to learn skills and tactics. The idea of what we're trying to do is we're trying to train people and help them to uncover, to become the best version of themselves. Basically, we want them to be what's known as, what I call, a modern day warrior. And to me, that is the ability to protect yourself, the ability to protect others, and knowing your god-given purpose and not being afraid to go after that. So that's what we're going to be doing at this camp. And we're going to be putting people through, I don't want to say the ringer, but we're going to put them in some uncomfortable situations. So that's the idea of it. I want people to experience fear, anxiety, maybe a little bit of chaos in a controlled environment, and we'll see where y'all go. So that's going to be what we're doing with this next live event here in September. If you're interested, DM me. We will only have a few slots because this is going to be my first go around, and I don't want to have too big of an event. Ideally, we're looking to have between 10 and 20 probably people max, but it'll be great. It'll be here in Southern Indiana. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you're interested, like I said, DM me, but can't wait to get together with you all there and start training. And it's going to be great. I'm going to have a professional team around me, and don't want to give away the secrets. So more to come. If you're interested, like I said, DM me. So that's it for me. I've been talking about 20 minutes. Appreciate you for tuning in to this live stream. Again, thank you so much for all your help. Thank you for any referrals you brought my way, reaching out. That's the biggest thing you can do for me, is like, if I've impacted you in any way, either with the book or coaching, please let someone know. That's the biggest honor you can give me. So I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you all out there. I just want to say thank you very much. Have an outstanding day. Ooh, yeah. Catch you later.